Alright, so we left off with the pistons almost being done, but we have to still make the pistons to actually make the machine. We are making today diesel generator, which is going to be the primary power source for our spaceship. Because, I don't know, it's not really a meme. It's just kind of is what it works, because it makes a lot of energy. You see, you don't do something unless it works. And if it works, then you do that thing, right? I mean, like, it makes sense to do something that works rather than doing something that probably doesn't work. I mean, we could use, like, Tiny Man engine from thermal expansion. We're not doing that. We're going to make the biggest, most manliest engine we can possibly make. The diesel generator. Because it's the most... It's the best engine ever. It looks like it's the best engines. Therefore, it is the best. Here's our 7 of those. Here's our 7 electrum ingots that we made. All we are waiting on is the final part, which is going to cost 14 of these guys. And this final part will involve making or constructing the actual heavy thingies, which are made of steel, which are almost done. We just need to get to 56. This thing is very slow for making these. I think I'm going to upgrade to a better machine for making plates. There is the ability to cast plates out, which is a method I could do. However, there's various options for making different plates. Well, what is this? Facade shield template. Oh, shield templates actually look kind of cool. Whoa. This is actually stupid. Very stupid. Oh, 0.6. That is actually dumb. They're not infinite? That is the dumbest item you can make. 30-second item decontamination half-life. Oh, okay, I guess I know what that means. It means whenever you're on the actual thing, it decontaminates your items for you. Okay, that makes sense. There's no shackles here, because there's no chain steel. That's stupid. But there is still V1, which is blood is fuel. Because V1 is actually amazing, and you can get that from the guy. And it will give you the speed boosts now, so that's amazing. Still. I'm glad it's still in there. Because at least that is amazing. While we're waiting on the actual thing, it's time to look at radiator. Because these are also needed, and you need 9 of these. And they're actually not too bad. The radiator will cost us a lot of steel, though, still. It costs a lot of copper as well. So if you don't have copper, this is not for the faint of heart. This clearly is something that's going to be very difficult. There we go. We're going to get started making our stuff inside of that thing. Our actual energy production is poor. It's dying right now. We need more energy production. I need to call on some more energy supplies. Well, we could always burn fuel for energy, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'm going to just take this wind generator from the place where it's not being used and put it into a place where it is being used. Check that out. It's made it to 9 million HE, by the way. Of 100 million HE. Oh, well, okay, that stores a lot of energy. We're definitely using that for our spaceship, by the way, because that's going to store all of the energy for the spaceship, and not the oil refinery. Now, this should be enough energy to actually keep us going. Correct? Or wrong? I'm wrong. Okay, well, you need the silver to finish up. Silver needs to finish up faster. These are almost done. The radiators are going to be costing so much copper, I think I'm not going to make them right now. I need to make the generator blocks as well, though. The generator block... Generator? Block? As you can see here, it costs electrum ingots for each one. A lot of electrum for this. Okay, it's a good thing we made all of that then, because I really do not have enough for silver for that right now. Everything we do, we need extra stuff, and there's copper coil blocks involved. But this makes 2 for each one. So for the kinetic dynamo, that's actually pretty easy to make. And then you just need this. And then how many? We need like 4 of those for this thing. So that's the entire thing basically done. Okay, the purification chamber is done. So now it should have enough energy going into here that it will go back up. Yeah. So now it's done. That's done. Okay, we're just waiting on the silver to finish still. Alright, once that's done, we'll get started making that. It's got 3 left to compact. And then we've made all of the heavy engineering blocks and we're ready to assemble them in. Except we need copper for them. Actually, no we don't. We have copper. Ah, dang it. What the heck is this? A Franken-zombie generator. Consumes nutrient distillation to generate power. Consumes nutrient to generate even more power. Consumes dew of the void to generate more power. So these are power generators? They're like weird. Very weird power generation in Ender IO. It's kind of magical. But I don't care really about that. Ender IO actually has an interesting cable system from what I understand for its item logistics. It's got an interesting system. I haven't ever used it for that. But I've heard it's actually pretty nice. Here is our 14 heavy engineering blocks ready for usage on the spaceship. This is actually the most stupid spaceship I think I've ever assembled in any space mod ever. This is probably the most stupid one you could ever build, but it is the greatest one you could ever build. We'll have one extra, by the way. We should have one extra. So this is the main core body of the generator. The diesel generator is made of those, with one extra. And it used to just be whenever, back in the day, you would need a bunch of these for this thing. Like, you would just need these and generator blocks or something like that. But nowadays, you do not need this. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Thank goodness. Trust me, I know some things about this mod from ages ago, which don't even matter nowadays. But anyway, as you can see, we should have copper being produced, and that's going to be helpful for our next part of the project, which will be making those generator blocks. You need 4 of them. We also need to set up the redstone block, which goes in on one side. Let's go ahead and take care of this redstone block. Then we'll shove in those guys. We'll also assemble bricks for all the flooring, because I want to do that as well. There we go. That's done. And then we should have the final part being the radiators, which we need 9 of, and those things. But the radiators needing 9 of them is actually pretty bad. Each one costs 4 of these guys. Ridiculous. Alright, so each generator block costs 1 copper plate for each one. So all I need to do is cast these guys through here. I guess that's what I will do for actually making these. I'll cast them out of the crucible thing. And then for the rest of the stuff, I'll do... I'm not even too sure right now. We'll just let that go through the thing. So that's doing its stuff, and then we should have all of the rest of the copper coming out over here. All of the electrons done for the actual generator bodies themselves, so that will be good. Then I can just shove in all of these and cover it like that, and then make the generator body when I have the actual generator coil, which is the stupid part. It costs redstone and stuff, a lot of stupid stuff. I mean, that we have, not really stupid stuff, but like stuff that's annoying to get. We'll have to head down and get it. But that should be good. We'll have to make the actual generator coil block on its own. The copper coil block, which is made with 4 of these, and then it makes wire, and then you wrap the wire around the iron core, and then you have the generator thing. So I'll need to make 4 copper ingots into... Basically, it's 4 copper ingots into each of them. Unless I can use a different type of wire for this. There's no other option for wire. Unless there is. So, I mean, there probably isn't. So there's ways of making these, more of them. You can make 2 of them from an ingot, and it's straight away on the press. I cannot build the press right now. I'm not going to try it. I'm trying to get this thing done. So we're going to just go with the shear method. Alright, I got the recipes added in, so I have the actual stuff recipes in there, so I know what the recipes are now. I don't have to keep switching back and forth. So to make the actual radiators, I can get 6 of them right now if I want to. If I want to. If I want to make the things right now, I will need to make 8 of these guys into plates, and take the plates with the shears, and then do all that stuff. So that will make 1 body, I think, because it will make 4 wires for each one. It takes 4 wires for each of these coils, so that will make 1 of the generator blocks. The kinetic dynamo is what it needs, and that will make 2 of these guys, basically, I think. So, yeah, because each of these costs 4, and then I get 4 out. It's kind of expensive. So, then you need 8 of them for this, so I'll need to make twice as much, so I'll need to make 8 for each one. That'll mean a total of 16 copper needs to go into this process of making these coils, but it's not that bad. I have all of the coils I need. I have all 8 of them. So, that is making the coils. And then, for the actual generator body itself, I can make it from copper ingots as well. Or not for the generator body, but for the rest of the stuff, it's all ingots of copper. It's easy, this part is. All I need to do is grab water buckets, and then start putting it all together. And I will have a diesel generator. And then I'll be able to power it today, maybe. I hope I have time to power today. I mean, I'm running out of time right now. I'm way past the time I should be doing this for. So, um, yeah, I hope I have the time to do it today. I just hope I do. But anyway, we're making the thing for the thing. So let's make it. Here's the radiator blocks. You get 2 of them for every bucket of water you shove in. So, if for example you happen to have the ability to shove in more buckets of water, maybe you should do that. Like, you know, like universal fluid cells or tanks or something, maybe? Because I know you can definitely use the universal fluid tanks for this. From HBM mod. Extended edition. So maybe that's a reason to use it for just the fluid tanks. It's an actual stupid reason if you do. Right, so there should be everything we need. We have 10 of these is what we were looking for, basically. I mean, we need 9 of them, but we're going to go for 10. And I really hope this finishes before the plates do, because I want to assemble this part before I get the plates assembled. I need 1 more copper ingot. Please do it now. I really want to grab this copper ingot out as soon as it's made, though. I did it. I got it. Okay, so then I have this. And then I have... Give me the water. Bro. You got any water in there, bro? Dude. Shift click for details. Do you have any water, bro? Bro, dude. Shift click to clear tank. There we go, we got water. That wasted a lot of our time, though, because, I mean, they're just waiting for water to go through the machine. Okay, so now we have this done. I need shears. This will make all of the generator coils. I probably should have made the thing that makes it a lot easier. The actual machine. But I'm not going to make that machine because I think it's dumb. I would probably rather use the actual IC2 machine at that point for making them. But I can't, so I'm not going to do that. And I'm probably not going to do that. Okay. That should give us all we need for making all of them, because you need like 1 stick for everyone. Then you wrap it around. This. And then you need to wrap it around. Stop doing that. That's not how that goes. It needs to be like that. Boom. And then you wrap it around like this. And you add an iron coil in the center. Or iron ingot. And then you need redstone for the rest of it. So, that's going to be fun, is that we have to go down and get more redstone. But I'm not too worried. It'll be easy. Trust me, bro. Where's the actual thing? Down here. Here's the hole that leads me down to the mines. Come on, go faster. I think tomorrow I'll definitely be getting to space, probably. But not today, because I do not have the stuff I need for it yet. I need to get the jetpack, because I cannot move around this. I've tested, you cannot really move around very well in space. It's very difficult. Oh, I should have just used the one machine we made specifically for mining. I don't have energy for it, though. That's the problem. Once we have the diesel generator, we're going to be able to power that thing, like, constantly. As long as we keep diesel in it. But that's why I'm not going to use it on the spaceship, because it will consume all of the energy we need to get around. And it takes a lot of energy to move the spaceship, for some reason. Like you'd expect. Yes, we're traveling through space. It should not take this much energy to move such a big object through space. It does not take that much energy to move it. Because it's in space. on the ground, it'd be way harder to move such a big object because of gravity, of course, and friction and stuff. But in space, it should be super easy to move around super fast. Like, well, not super fast, but it should be super easy to move a large object like a house-sized object. Like, they should be like an average-sized ship, honestly. Kinetic dynamos are done. Kinetic dynamo is done. Kinetic thingy is... generator block is done. The whole thing is done. It's time to put diesel in this thing after it's finished. And then see how it goes. We'll need to have an energy storage block on this thing as well. So this is where we are hooking up the energy at. We're going to need space for the actual energy storage system. I didn't account for that in the roof design. Anyway, here is the actual... Oh, and yes, we will be able to pipe to it, I think. As long as we pipe it correctly. That should be everything we need, and then we just come around to the side and hit it. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, diesel generator. Check it out, and it fits in here like a charm. Except the radiator is kind of like up against the tank that stores all the diesel. I mean, I think there's a reason they don't design cars like that where the diesel's right next to the radiator. Because it's kind of flammable in it. But anyway, that's how that's done. And regardless of it, whether or not it's aesthetically pleasing, I'm going to have to move this up to the front of the ship. It's just not an option to run it any other way without this up here at the front. So now I'll be able to hook in the diesel pipeline, the pipe that runs the diesel around to the side. Probably right here. I'll probably do it on this side because there's nothing on this side that is... I mean, I can actually install a window now on this side. That's actually pretty nice. I might do that. So I'm just snagging this RF to HE converter for our ship. I'm going to hook this onto the actual generator. If you're wondering where it puts out the power to, it puts out the power to the actual thingy. And then I'll need another one that converts it back into HE, or actual regular units of energy. So, I mean, so it puts out power through this thing, which will put it through the RF to HE converter. And then we'll need to put it through a block here. And then another block, which will turn it into regular energy. And then we can pipe it around inside the ship wherever we need to go with it. So that will be some coils I need to make. HE to RF converters made with quite a few of those red alloy copper thingies. Will we have enough for this? I hope. I really do hope we have enough for this, because it is kind of annoying to have to make another one of these every 5 seconds. There might even be some in these guys that I have just missed as far as the actual red copper goes. But anyway, we're gonna make that right now. We're gonna try to make, and it uses up all of your coal anytime you use this thing. I hate this thing. It's so stupid. This is like the worst version of HBM mod, but it is still HBM mod, and it's still enjoyable to some degree. Like, how does it have to be bad and good at the same time? Like, this is weird. This should not be how it is. Okay, got a little bit more redstone. Oh, I've already made enough. This is all I need. I've got enough, and I can make this thing now, which is good. This is the converter, basically done. Only 18 redstone blocks under the ground nearby. It said start. Oh, there's now 452. Like, what? What? How's that working? That makes 0 sense, but I guess it's fine. And I cannot do anything with this. I have to just mine it as is and hope I get enough. 7. Start it up again. Stop it. Start it up again. Stop it. Start it up. Stop. Okay, maybe just not doing that and just hooking it up over here would probably be a better idea. Start it up again. Perfect. And then stop it. And then, nice, I got all the redstone I need. 452 will be good enough for us. The fact that there's 452 ore on the ground is, like, impressive, like, honestly. Because, I mean, like, usually that's... I made so many coils. Why did I make 4 of them? I don't need 4. That's extra coils. So there's the converter. It can hook in again to these guys, and they should basically be able to do the energy output for this. And as you can see, we now have our ship at the full amount of RF it can store. This guy is only at 8.74 million, and now it's time to put in the diesel. Okay, so now we have the diesel fluid ID. I've already made one of these before. I just made a mistake. I just made a second one. It's time to put it in there. Oh wait, these don't need fluid IDs. It's this version of the game where you don't need to put a fluid ID to tell something what it needs to be. What is this? Like, why is it a thing? Like, why the heck does that exist? 8,000 diesel fuel. Which this thing can store 800,000, so I mean, there's that. Like, I honestly don't have enough diesel for this guy. This guy is too much diesel. And I do not have enough diesel to give him. So instead, we're going to hook it up right here. And just have the barrel as is. I do not trust that the HPM barrel will do a good job. And as you can see, it's just going to turn all the diesel into energy. And it does it very fast. It's not very loud. Not very loud. I was expecting louder. Because I've been told this thing is loud. It looks very nice, though. I do like this. It looks like a bulldozer engine because the fan on the inside. And how big it is. I do like this thing. But if you check this, it is generating 81,000 kilo-HE per second, and each HE is 4 RF. So, I mean, that is a lot of energy, especially for a ship that's going to be moving through space. This is the best way of getting energy for it, because it's taking diesel and putting it to good use. And there's even more diesel for us to put to good use. We'll have to put it into the barrel in the front.